let's talk about Ford's new
Charger. Sorry, it's not a Charger. My bad.
She waited for that moment.
She's
She was
busted
waiting.
a match right now.
She knew that what she was gonna do.
Yep.
She was gonna interrupt you like that. Yeah.
I'm sorry that your Camaro video was just so boring.
It is not about that. It's about
You know.
Ford's new Charger. I'm really excited about it.
Are you?
No.
No. So this is not new news by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like we should talk about it anyway because what they're doing is they're taking the Mustang and they're creating the same sports coupe Mustang that we all know and love, but they're adding a four-door sedan version to it. And I think I read somewhere that they might be even adding a crossover like SUV type thing to the Mustang product line too. As we know here in the States, I don't know if this is still true, I haven't kept up with it, but I know that last year they made the executive decision to get rid of all sorts of sedans that wasn't the Mustang, and keep the only two cars that they're keeping are the Mustang and the Focus Active, and the trucks and the SUVs. Any sort of sedan that fit in between, such as the Fusion and other motors of the Focus and all that stuff, that's all done here.
Even the hybrids or electric?
Yeah, even those two,
Wow.
all done here in the States. So they're only keeping trucks, SUVs, the Mustang, and the Focus Active. So I think that one of their new goals with this Mustang product line is to kind of just brand it all as Mustang, you know, and I don't know if that's going to do well.
Well, on the surface, when we hear of a four-door Mustang, we don't like it.
Yeah.
But look at Mercedes, look at Audi. They don't have multiple they have their Mercedes two-door coupes, and then they make their four doors. So it makes sense financially, and then just go with your best seller. So they're going with their best seller, which is the Mustang, and they're going to put four doors on it. So, you know, other people can buy the four door.
So before you say we don't like it, I like it. As you remember, my dream car was the ISF. So now maybe this new Mustang could be my dream car. Four doors, V8.
Well, like I said,
Unlimited
we don't like it because
Not used to it.
yeah, it's Mustang. It's always been a two-door. You know, like I said, if we go back to Mercedes and Audi, you know, the Mercedes lineup, you know, they have their AMG GTs. They're making four doors. You got your Audi coupes, and then your four doors. You know, so they're just slimming down, you know, their product line just so they can focus on their money makers. So I think it might actually do well. You know, I don't know how it's gonna look, but you know, it's probably gonna do well.
What do you think?
And then of course, Camaro will follow suit and come out with their four door Camaro.
It's called the Blazer.
Chevy.
No.
If you hear me, this is the one thing you don't want to follow them on.
It'll be
Please.
called. Oh, they might call it the Camaro SS1LE 4D, four-door window anti
All-wheel drive.
coupe. Yeah.
So you know what though? we don't even have to look to the Europeans to see a four-door success. Look at our Mopar brethren. You know,
Yeah.
the fucking Charger.
Yeah.
How successful that car is, you know, and if you look at history, it was never a four-door
always a
sedan
two-door,
either.
yeah.
It was always a two-door. So a four-door sedan Charger has actually been doing well.
That'd just be weird. You know how many? You know how many Mustangs we're gonna see on the road when they do that?
I think it's a great idea because it opens the market to people who we were talking about earlier, who trade in their coupes for something bigger, like an SUV, because they have no option, and they get a sedan or another brand of car because Ford doesn't offer something that's sporty, appealing as a four-door.
Let me throw this at you. Like, when you sit down and you went and bought your car, why did you buy a Mustang?
For the V8.
Yeah, you bought it for the V8. It's a sports car, and there's that sense of like, it's a sports car. It's not anything else. It's a.
But again, remember, I originally wanted an ISF
You're right.
because it's a V8 and it's a sedan, right?
Yeah.
So if Ford would have offered something like that, shit, I would have bought it right off the bat.
But why not do that with like a new model? Like, come out with something different rather than taking something that is a sports car that people go and I'm getting an American muscle car, and now it's an American muscle car sedan,
Because
American muscle
just
car
said it.
SUV.
It's proven that it works. It's proven that it sells.
You know what else? Other car that you wouldn't think worked that did, and it's very, you know, a lot of people want that car is the Cadillac CTS wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
The wagon?
the wagon.
The
Wagons are
wagon.
badass.
A lot of people
They're-
like want.
They didn't make too many of them, but a lot of people want that wagon.
But you see what I mean? Because it's
It has the CTS front end. You know, went from a CTS V, and then they have the CTS V wagon. So
but
GM's
the
already been doing
CTSV
it.
isn't like a muscle car. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's stupid fast,
Yeah.
but it's not your traditional
Right,
core of
right,
the American
right,
muscle car.
right.
I feel like it's gonna end up hurting them. And my reasoning is because the Mustang is no longer a special car, if that makes any sort of sense.
Right.
It's no,
I agree with you.
oh, this is the American muscle car. This is the first one. This is a pony car, but this is the bad boy, right? And now you got, oh, you can have the coupe or the four-door or the SUV. It's kind of like, it doesn't make that two-door coupe Mustang special anymore because you have it all over the place.
But
I think they should do it to the Escape, and then they can name it the real Escape and put the V8.
But you know what? I do see that you're right, and Ford has a little history with the Mustang. So by them doing that, they're gonna damage it, and I do agree with that. And you are right because
Was the Mustang 2 a four-door?
No,
They didn't have a four-door Mustang ever?
no. So I think they tried something. Maybe I saw something, but I don't know if it was photoshopped or not. But anyway, there is no four-door. You know, I mean, so I think Ford will be damaging the Mustang name by doing that. But versus like the examples I brought up before about Mercedes and Audi, they don't have a history like Ford does as far as going back with the Mustang as a pony car. Because now, to me, it can't be labeled as a pony car.
well, you could have
no
said the same thing about the EcoBoost when it came out. You could have said a Mustang isn't a four-cylinder car, and a lot of people will fucking buy it. So why would getting a four-door car? I think it would open up the market big time.
I don't think
So-
that
Oh no, we're gonna
I
flood it.
don't think it's gonna hurt it.
we're only like four people with an opinion,
Yeah.
right? I still think like really, I feel like a lot of dads who turned in the Mustangs to go get the minivan are gonna be like, oh my god, I can finally have like a Mustang crossover thing. Like, I think that's a huge market that's available. I totally think.
I wonder who's gonna buy it when it comes out.
Fuck yeah.
just think.
I was waiting for the ISF to come out, but I don't think they're gonna come out with one. So
I just think the people who have Mustangs now, who are like Mustang fans, are gonna be peeved because they're that's a huge change. That's a huge
I
change.
see what you're saying, and I think that it is an interesting time that we're in right now because there's a lot of things that are changing a little bit faster than we, as you know, maybe I'd even go as far as to call like AJ maybe a little bit of a purist, and even myself a little bit of a purist, you know. So to see something that through history has always been just a coupe and a pony car, to see it become a sedan or to see it become like a daddy crossover, I mean, who knows?
And a hybrid.
And a hybrid, yeah.
Or full electric.
Exactly. Like we just don't know what the market is going to be in the next 5, 10, 15
You
years.
honestly
we
don't,
just
dude.
don't know. And so what I think that Ford is trying to do is I think that Ford is trying to set themselves up so that when you look at Ford, you have three options of sub-brands, right? You've got your F-150, you have your Edge / Escape or whatever the fuck that they have, Expedition or whatever, and you have Mustang. And Mustang is gonna include, you know, such and such product lines, and F-150 already has their F2, their F3, their, you know, so on and so forth. I think that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to generate sub-brands for the big Ford brand already. And who knows, some of these cars might not even make it to the US. You know, the sedan might be a European thing only.
That's
you know?
true.
Or the
That is
the
true.
crossover SUV might be for Australia only. We don't know. But
you got my hopes up for nothing.
You can import it. What you doing?
yeah, you can import it. But what I'm saying is we don't know. And I think that Marley has an interesting point when she says that by flooding the market, we might be devaluing the Mustang brand. But at the same time, I think by approaching other markets, you might be growing the Mustang brand.
And you're still gonna have, and I'm sure you still, so say they did come out with the four-door, right? You're still gonna have your fast coupe, GT, you know, Mustang, you know, so.
How many people go up to you though that would kill you? That look at your Shelby and go up to you with their little V8 Mustang and go, "That's my car is just like your car." No, boo boo, no, it's not. Everybody has that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your mom points out, like, oh, it looks just like your car. No, it does not. So that's kind of where I'm starting to see. Like, I feel like there's gonna be some friction. There's gonna be the 4-door community, and then the 2-door. You know what I mean?